The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Thursday morning, everybody, and welcome back to Coffee Time with Blind United. This morning in the crew, we got Miss Carol. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, everyone.
And then we got Brother George. How you, sir?
You're on mute, George.
Lord have mercy.
I'm sorry, man. You would think I was not there all this time. Anyway, I said good. Buenos días todos. ¿Cómo estás ahora? Mirar, I said coffee time.
Wow.
And then Pedro. What up, Tom?
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Happy Thursday. You know what we call
today's happy
Thursday.
Torta Thursday, guys. Come on.
Torta Thursday.
Yeah. Yesterday was Whataburger. Today is tortas. You know what torta is, Miss Carol?
Yes, I do.
You, Mr. Davis?
Oh, you said torta?
Yeah, it's not a turtle. It's a torta.
It's a bowl.
It's a sub sandwich, right?
It's a sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With brisket or ham or, man, I tell you what. Cucarachas, everything.
Well, I mean, it's like a sub sandwich, but a different shape of bread. That's all.
It's like a football, like a little miniature football, I guess. That's the best way to describe it.
Well, we call that a French roll.
Oh, we call it a Mexican roll.
Okay. Well, how about we call it a French Mexican roll?
Them French breads, huh?
The buñuelos. What is it called?
No, it's called
I forgot what they call it.
You just messed my whole thing up. Bolillos.
Bolillos. There you go.
Yeah. But over here, the tortas are not made from those. They're big old, looking like wide hamburger breads.
Okay, yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
The big round roll.
Right.
Yeah, they cut it and they open it up. Boom, man. Hey, it'd be good.
See, now most of the pastrami shops, like down there at Johnny's where I used to hang at or whatever, they use the French roll. Same thing. They cut it in half and stuff it with pastrami and whatever toppings you want. Wrap it up and give it to you.
What they do with the bolillos over here, they get like the egg and chorizo and cheese and put it in there, or egg, bean and cheese and stuff like that.
That sounds good.
What we do in Salvador, we have something called panes rellenos, or where Latinos like Mexicans call it pan con pollo. For us in English, that's pan relleno is like that French bread sliced with chicken and stuff. You stuff it with this broth too, and then you put like cabbage on top with the mayo and cucumbers and radishes. Hey, it's good though.
That sounds. I'm hungry. I just ate breakfast. But I gotta keep my physique. So
one day I have my my jefa do that for you guys. Hey, it's really bomb.
Or huevos chorizo with bacon or jalapenos.
So my favorite is beans with chorizo and an egg, a sunny side egg on top.
Oh hell yeah! Oh damn, that's some good food right there.
We're getting our viewers probably hungry right now.
Oh, you're talking about that, Pedro. We want to thank everyone. Excuse me, folks, might have my allergies. We want to thank everyone because yesterday we had 425 views, so that was awesome. So thank you, everyone, for your support.
Thank you very much, very much. We really appreciate that.
Yep.
Yeah, wonderful. That's wonderful.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, hey, I hope everybody's enjoying their holiday season and you're not missing the interest groups too badly.
But you know, can I ask you, Mr. Davis? I think I already asked you one, but so for those who don't know, how did that concept come about? The interest groups, the Zoom, and is that the schedule? Because that's pretty. Like I said, at first I'm like, that's dumb. But after I got into it, I'm like, hey, this is pretty neat. You know, but who
Well,
came up with that concept or how?
I mean, the original concept actually came from my church. My church did interest groups where they had groups that would go out and skate. They had, like a lot of guys in the church that rode motorcycles. They had a group where they would, go to different places on the weekends or whatever, just ride together. So it was they had the different selection of interest groups, but the concept came from them.
Oh
And
wow, okay.
then when COVID hit, and everybody moved over to Zoom to start doing a lot of different stuff. And you know what? We're paying for this subscription. We might as well get a little bit more bang for our buck. And so we started the interest groups under a different banner back then. But within a year, we switched it over to Blind United, and boom, here we are now.
Man, this is a great concept and a variety of different, like from sewing to cooking to the movies to, I mean, just it's like what, over 20 right now, more or less.
We fluctuate between, 20, 25. It goes up and down depending on,
Yeah.
groups that might catch on and those that, are not really catching on. So,
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah.
Monica's watching and Mr. Aaron Richardson's watching.
Hey
All right.
guys, what
Good
up?
morning.
Good
Morning,
morning.
Aaron, Monica.
Yes, and our groups focus on different parts of technology, even in socializing. We do have movie nights, we have crocheting and other activities. But if you stay tuned and you listen to us and you watch our page on Facebook and things like that, we have special groups sometimes. We have some pop-up secret groups that just come out, like the Ray-Ban Meta Glasses group that we did last month. We had a lot of participants, and a lot of these people came from Facebook and other places of social media, and plus our loyal interest groups, participators, and stuff
It's
like
just like
that.
Kmart, the blue light special. Keep your head up, see what comes there.
So I think it's a way, it's a good way to reach our community, to reach and help out and offer things that sometimes otherwise wouldn't be offered to certain people within our community because of their status or what they own or their age and other things like that that disqualifies them. And I'm glad I'm doing it to provide some help wherever I can to help people ease their life with this with blindness. I know we make it seem like it's nothing and we're going like any other day, but sometimes you think about it. Sometimes you get in your little, contemplating, you get down a little, like, things that you're missing and things like that. And
But yeah, what I think about the groups too, Pedro, it helps those people that are isolated or are first or newly blind and really don't want to go out. And this kind of groups, just sometimes afterwards you just talk, right? After
And
the groups and like your groups, Pedro, the technology I've learned. Heck, I'm a trainer, but I still learn from you and Mr. Davis, and it's a cool thing. You just sit there and listen to other people. I got to meet from person from Florida, Mr. Wells, and I mean, Luis from was it Illinois.
hmm
But just a whole bunch of new experiences.
yes,
like I shared. Oh, I'm sorry,
go ahead,
Pedro.
Carol, go ahead.
Miss
No,
Carol, well, there was Miss Carol. I got to meet her, and one of these days we're gonna she'll come to El Paso or go to Dallas. I'm gonna say, hey, Miss Carol, how you doing?
oh, definitely, George. Look forward to that. But the groups have helped me tremendously because I live right here in Dallas, and a lot of things that I've learned just through the interest groups with the technology and being newly blind. It's been a game changer. I live alone, so a lot of things I don't qualify for. So this Blind United has just been great for me,
And it's free too. So that's the cool thing about it.
and it's free. That's right.
Mhm.
And we
Yeah.
have like some special interest groups like the podcasting with my friend George here. He does a very great job on that group. If you ever wanted to know the ins and outs of podcasting and have some questions, that group, is here for a season, right?
And
For
then
a little
yeah,
bit.
and that when you and Britt started the AI. I mean, folks, it just like I said, even if like if you have an idea, you want to do an interest group, just email info@blindunited.org and say, hey, you know what, I have an idea for. I mean, you name it. There's support. There's a makeup group. There's a support group. Oh, the blind kitchen. That one's a pretty good one too.
Fitness
Um,
group.
the business. Yeah. So there's
Yeah,
a lot of different groups.
cooking without looking.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
does a
Yeah.
great job. She actually is like we were covering on Monday. She actually has a show that goes to different countries and all that. So then she comes in and man, we cook along, man. Hey, some recipes be good. I'm like, wow, I need to cook something.
Mhm.
I just want to say good morning to Brett. Good morning, Brett.
Good morning.
Good
So,
morning.
Good
Good morning,
morning.
Brett.
but yeah, no, we got a lot of stuff going on in the interest group. So, I mean, again, we're just, an organization that of blind folks, that created something for blind folks. And again, we got more advanced stuff, where Pedro gets deep into a lot of the iOS stuff and stuff like that. I mean, but at the same time, we also have groups where we kind of slow it down for those that are not necessarily as tech savvy as others, and we try to slow it down so they can get it. We try to help people get past whatever barrier they may be facing in their technology, so they can move forward or perform certain tasks that they, haven't normally been able to perform or whatever. So again, we understand because we've all been there, right? So, and again, understanding that not everybody is as tech savvy as everybody else, right? So we just try to make sure our community has the opportunity to live their best life. So that's what we're trying to do with Blind United. So me and Brittany as one of my co-founders, as well as another lady, Cheryl Thurston. You hear her name a lot in the stuff we do. Again, we're just trying to do what we can for our community in the best way we know how. And that's to try to look and see, all the barriers that we faced coming through the system and coming through the process. And, try to do what we can to change it up and make it easier and simplify it and advise, people on, the best route to go and to do certain things, So, again, I appreciate everybody. Man, I am so overwhelmed and grateful that you guys have accepted Blind United for what we are and what we do, and you guys are hanging in there with us, man, and we're continuing to grow. So, again, thank you, everybody. So, on that note, I guess we can get into these articles that George thought of, and I did the research and pulled them up and created them, and so let's get into this one about the iPhone and AI.
Artificial intelligence, AI, has reshaped the smartphone industry, delivering remarkable advancements that enhance functionality, personalization, and security. Here's a look at how AI transforms our everyday interactions with smartphones. Enhanced user experience. Personalized interactions. AI learns user behaviors to offer tailored content and recommendations, making devices more intuitive and satisfying to use. Virtual assistants. Tools like Siri and Google Assistant enable hands-free operation, improving convenience and accessibility for all users. Improve security. Biometric authentication. AI powers facial recognition and fingerprint scanning, ensuring secure access to devices and applications. Fraud detection. By identifying unusual user behavior, AI helps prevent potential security breaches and fraud. Superior camera capabilities. Scene recognition. AI automatically adjusts camera settings to capture the perfect photo, whether in low light or fast motion. Enhanced image processing. Features like portrait mode and night photography bring professional quality images to your fingertips. Efficient device performance. Battery optimization. AI tracks usage patterns to extend battery life and enhance device longevity. Resource allocation. Smart resource management ensures smooth performance, even during multitasking. Real-time language translation. AI-powered apps break down language barriers, enabling real-time translations and facilitating global communication. Adaptive user interfaces. AI creates personalized interfaces by adapting to user behavior, offering a seamless and engaging smartphone experience. AI integration in smartphones continues to redefine what these devices can do, making daily tasks more intuitive, efficient, and secure. Give us your thoughts in the comments. Now, back to the Coffee Time crew.
All right. Well, I mean, I've noticed some differences in my phone since the introduction of Apple Intelligence, as it's being called on the iOS. Have I utilized it to its full extent? No, I have not. But again, I'm just playing with it little by little. It's not fully integrated yet, but it's slowly but surely they're introducing more and more features and more things that to be able to do. So I imagine in the next couple of years, man, this stuff is going to be a game changer for the phones. I really
And
do.
that
So
you're right, Mr. Jim, like myself, the AI and I think on purpose, I did it on purpose for Pedro because he would explain it better because I don't really know the full capacity of my AI, right? Because what, like for example, what does it really mean to have AI on your phone? Aside from Siri, and so what's the biggest difference that you could say, Pedro? Like, let's say production wise, like productivity. What could be like the best tip you could give regarding having AI on your
Um,
phone? What's the benefit?
well, several benefits. You can actually learn from it. You can change messages and improve a couple of your grammars and check for grammars. You can also, let's say you do a FaceTime call, right? Now, if Siri has this AI can actually be like, okay, you could, let's say, activate it like you could do in Zoom, and it could summarize the whole conversation you have, like in a meeting. If you do it through Zoom or FaceTime, Zoom has this feature already, and it actually works pretty good. It works pretty good. So if you're having business meetings and you have that enabled, you could get a whole transcripts and all that from artificial intelligence. But on your phone, imagine you could tell it, oh, hey, S lady, turn off this rotor option, like characters, or let's say, uh, you have different ones like audio ducking and stuff like that. Let's say you just ask Siri which one you want to take off, and it goes into settings, goes into voiceover, goes into rotor, goes into what items are selected, and deselects that
Oh
item
wow,
for you
that'd be cool.
instead of you going through all those steps. Now, Windows is working on something really similar to that with their new updated chipsets that are coming on their computers and stuff like that. They want to use artificial intelligence for mobility, but I believe this could have that future type feel. When you hop on a when you saw that movie Odyssey with that AI and all that on the ship, and it was able to do all kinds of stuff. Well, imagine that on your computer. You could tell it, hey, write me an email, send it to this person, subject line, blah, 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 and boom, it could just send it out. And it could tell you, well, they're going to be steps for you to double check. And it's going to be like a voice to voice interaction.
And the cool thing about the AI, Pedro, it makes that person seem smarter than they are. When it comes, like one time I sent an email, and I guess I was playing with the AI just to see, because it has those writing tools, and I guess I must have done where it selects or improves the grammar, but I
Hmm.
didn't realize it. And I sent the email, and of course, when I read the email, I'm like, I wrote that. I don't remember writing that way, right? But I'm like, hey, it made it seem like I was educated, you know. And but at the same time, can you multitask, Pedro? That's the thing you told me. Like for example, let's say I say, hey, S lady, send a text to Carol, and send an email to Mr. Davis. Can you do that at one time, or is it step by step?
Mm,
Like multitask? Can you do like one task? Well, like one instead of having to do like different. Hey Siri, oh sorry, hey S lady, do this. Hey S lady, do that. Can you just do it in one shot?
yeah, according to Apple, you were able to do that before the AI. So let's say you say, write an email to Carol, blah, 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 blah. Now write an email to George, and it will start doing that. But see, look, we're thinking it's multitasking, but it's not really multitasking. But see, because it took the Carol task first, and then it finished that, and now it's doing the next email. So it's not really multitasking, but I understand what you're saying. So meaning, if I write an email to Carol and I say, "Hey, tomorrow I fly in at 10 a.m." Boom, it's sent out, and then you could also be come back and say, "Oh, that lady, add that email calendar date to my calendar from the email from Carol."
Oh, okay.
So
Now I
you're
get
in
it.
the
I
same
get it.
thread. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay. You
Yeah, and
extract the information from the email or the text to put it. Okay, that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. And then once you have it in your calendar, you could be like, uh, for this calendar event, let's say December 25th, right? For December 25th, can you email my mom those events I got coming up? Also email them to my sister, and they will do it. Let's say you have a flight, like the iOS knows that you have a flight. You could say, "Oh, also I forgot to send my sister and my mom my flight number and time that I board the flight." Be like, "Okay, we'll send those out too."
Oh, wow. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah,
Now I
but
kind of get
it
the
needs
better
more.
grasp of it. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it needs to improve though, cause I don't have an iPhone 15, but I'm about to load that Apple Intelligence into my phone. I'm gonna
Wow, I wasn't. I was waiting for you to do that to kind of do that workaround picture because you could do that. So no, for
yeah,
me, no,
I've
I
seen it
need
already.
to.
It's there. It's there to do it.
Yeah, I'm not that pay grade, Mr.
Now
Davis.
it's
Mr.
to see how accessible the software is.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, me and Mr. Davis have the 15. I think. Do you have an iPhone, right, Miss Carol?
Yes, I do. I have a
Yeah.
12, but my S lady is very sensitive. So if I say one thing and it hears something in the room, it'll stop. It won't even let me finish my, you know, task. So I
Yeah,
guess you
yeah.
all are saying that it doesn't have that pause or listen for everything other than if you didn't finish what you're doing and just
Hmm.
stops completely. Is that what the AI has done for the 15 compared to the iOS
That was
upgrade?
yeah, that was the idea from Apple.
Okay.
But that shouldn't be oh, here, you need the AI so that problem won't happen. Upgrade your phone. That's not cool. That's not cool.
No, Apple's never done that. What are you talking about? No.
Oh yeah, they never really slowed down our phones so we can upgrade, and there was not no lawsuit on. There was not a class
That's
action
action.
lawsuit against them.
Right. Hmm.
But
Well,
you
I
know what the
mean,
thing is, it's was artificial intelligence. It just brings the game up, right? But the only thing I don't like is now when it comes to the privacy part of this, that's where some people don't like to use AI because they're afraid that their privacy is in other words a tit for tat. I'll give you my privacy, you give me AI. Is
Yeah.
that how it works, Pedro?
Well, depending, and it's good for the private policy to read those, and I know that they're freaking long, but if you're able to get the whole document, throw it into an AI and ask it the question you want and tell me what's the policies for that. For some, they will store, like for Meta, they will store it for like what, 24 hours, your audio, your voice. And they delete it 24 hours after, and I hope they do. I hope there's no red, like anything stayed back, because that's your voice signature. You're able to copy that voice signature and make an AI voice out of it. So,
I just
and
real fast. I look
mhm,
at my notes, and now and you look at that. I should ask you at the very beginning. I apologize, Pedro. So I've seen several stuff on Facebook
okay.
regarding the comment I'm about to make. What's the difference, Pedro, regarding let's say a free AI like let's say Gemini and
Mhm.
a paid chat GPT or whatever they call it?
Well,
Uh, what's the biggest
Gemini
difference?
Gemini has a Gemini Pro. That one is a purchase too. So I'm gonna stick to Chat, because they got Gemini and Gemini Pro, and the differences might be the model. For example, the 3.5 model has so many what they call points. It's like a million something points that it could start refining this information is going to shoot to you. Man, I forgot, I'm blanking on the term. But the
Like
4.0,
benchmarks or
no, not benchmarks. It's how many things it could process all at once.
okay?
Yeah. And the 4.0 has over billions of those.
Oh wow.
So the intelligence increases. It thinks more. Well, it doesn't think more. It processes more, and it's able to gather from all those points. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Let me correct this. Let me correct that, and things like that. So it's like going from a sixth grader to an 11th grader. You
On the
get what
free
I'm
one.
saying? Well, from the pro to the free. Now,
Excuse me.
now, what Chap has done, OpenAI has done, has provided 4.0 Mini for free. This is this is their miniature version of their latest model that is out 4.0. But they have another model coming out. But what I noticed from OpenAI is when you're subscribed, you have all access to all these models. But if you're not, they still add features to those. Like, let's say, adding attachments. That was not a feature before for a free account. Now you're able to add that feature. And also, they didn't have the 4 mini for free. Now they give it for free. So you have the 3.5 turbo, 3.5, and the 4.0 mini, and able to throw attachments and other things like that. You're limited, but they're adding features and you're getting more for basically being free.
Now, can AI? Let me ask you this: Pedro, can AI be incorporated into operations of let's say, your computer?
Hmm.
Like, for example, let's say I have a mobility impediment, right? I can't really move my arms. Can I literally come up to my? Well, I don't know. I think you could do that now. Well, anyways, let me ask you this question.
It's going to be improved.
You know where I'm going with this, right?
Hmm.
So, can you literally do that with your phone? Like,
Okay. There was this phone that they put out in the market that was all voice. It was for blind people. It was starts with an L. Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. But it was like a prototype. And it was also like an app that was in Android. And you could say call, add a new contact, email. You were
oh
able
wow,
to do everything hands free. But it was no AI, so it's predetermined questions. So imagine that on the computer, on your iPhone with AI. AI could stop and say, "Hold up, he said this. Let me break down what he said and actually do this," instead of, "Oh, I don't know how to do that." And you have to, let's say, for example, when you used to say, "Hey, Meta, tell me what I have in my hand." Before it wouldn't take the picture. It would You have to say, "Look and tell me what I have in
oh, I
my
see what you're
hand."
saying. Okay,
Remember
okay,
that? And it
yes,
had to
yes,
be a
yes.
predetermined uh like line. Well, the AI now, and they updated the AI and Meta. So now you could be like, "Oh, tell me the street sign," and it takes a picture. It knows to take a picture instead of "Look and tell me the street sign."
You're right. Now that you say that, now, yeah, because I can say, "Hey, man, what am I holding in my hand?" Before I have to say, "Hey, better look," and tell
Hmm.
So you're right. Yeah,
Yes,
okay, now I
they
get it.
have been improving that, and what Meta AI is based on is the Llama 3.2 latest version of Llama, and Llama is kind of safe with your data. It's kind of on their server, but Facebook is Facebook. You gotta remember they've been in different what how can we say it? They've been in court because of their privacy issues and things like that. Okay, they've been looked at kind of negatively in the public light about their privacy and the way they gather all your data and the manipulation of all these chat applications. But um it stays like Llama 3 stays within their stuff, but it's more downgraded. It's not like Open AI's models. A good example of this is PixieBot. And PixieBot is an application that describes images and videos, guys, but I'm just using it as an example right now. But PixieBot, you're able to switch different AI models and some of the
True.
pro featured models for free. So if you got that money, you want to subscribe, go subscribe to that app. It gives you access to 9 different AI models. But they also have Llama. Llama, from what our interview of the maker of PixieBot says, if you want personal information like a picture of your debit card to read your number, load Llama in your PixieBot. It will be on his service and he on his servers and he deletes that information
Oh
later
wow.
on in the night because it stays only on his service. It doesn't go to like OpenAI or Google and it's gathering and gathering and train his AI with these images and requests, and you never know if your image slips through the crack. But there were guardrails when you took a picture of a credit card or debit card. It would be, oh, I can't, error, I cannot, proceed and stuff. But then there was workarounds
You
that
know what
I
it sounds like
contact.
when that the way you're describing it? It just clicked right now. It's that you're describing like an infant growing up to a little kid and a kid growing up to an adult. The knowledge they
Hmm.
gather, right? And so that's what kind of AI is, right? It builds up from infancy to where it gets to a point where it has more knowledge, so to speak.
Yeah, and the AI is only as good as the knowledge has been fed. So if it's kind of been biased knowledge, it's gonna be kind of
Oh, okay,
biased.
okay.
I noticed another recent guardrail in Meta that was taken down. Like for instance, was that last Friday night, Pedro?
Hmm.
After you guys got off the train,
Hmm.
is now will tell you your location.
Oh, will it?
Oh wow, yeah.
Okay.
I was complaining about that. Remember, Ed?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, why am I giving it my location? It can't tell me where I'm at. It can't even. Oh my! I was like, I was about to shut the locations off.
So the reason I know is because like that last train, right? For
Hmm.
whatever reason, they turn off the audible part of the station announcements
Yeah.
for whatever reason. So okay, well, what station is this? And I'd ask my Meta, and it's okay, North Pomona or Pomona North or Covina or
Oh, wow, that's
Claremont.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, little by little is improving, and guys, I can't stress enough. If you have the Meta glasses and you want to give some feedback or even give them some features that you think it will work great for our community, shake your phone in your hand while you have the Meta app open, and a dialogue will pop up, and you could give your feedback. It's
Oh, see,
always
that's the problem, Pedro. I was shaking my body, not the phone. Dang it! No wonder it
oh
wasn't working.
George.
The El Paso shake. Wow, George.
But in that note, guys, we're gonna cut to a quick break, and we'll be right back.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. You can go to customcane.com. That's custom with a K, guys. And what Custom Cane does is they sell cane and cane accessories. It's like Burger King. You can have it your way. You can get a pink cane, a blue cane, a rainbow cane, a Broncos cane, a Chargers cane, a cane with the Braille alphabet, a cane with your name on it. Whatever you want, whatever type of handle you want, whatever type of tip you want. If you want an aircraft aluminum cane, if you want an all-terrain cane, telescoping cane, any type of cane, Custom Cane has it.
Well, all right. Well, again, as we always say about Jimmy, go help Jimmy out if you can. All money spent at customcane.com will benefit youcangive.org, which is his nonprofit, where he's actually making sure, he's doing everything he can to ensure that people in third world countries where canes are not obtainable, he's making sure these folks can get a cane, man. I mean, imagine, as a blind person walking around every day without a cane. How would you navigate? How would you, function, and so on and so forth. So, Jimmy's doing his best to make sure that these folks get these canes. So, do whatever you can to help him, whether it's just, donate directly to You Can Give, send your broken, canes to be refurbished to You Can Give, or like I said, if you want to go just make a purchase and buy something for yourself, you're still helping you can't give. So help them folks out as much as you can. So
I had on that, Mr. Davis, a friend of mine back in the '60s. He went to U.S. He graduated from Texas, here in El Paso, here in Texas. University of Texas. And then he went to USC, and all through his college career, he had no cane, totally blind. I'm like, wow, how did he do it? But I think back then, the white cane wasn't really adapted as a mobility device as it is now. So
well, and again, evidently, clearly, in my opinion, anyway, he probably got really good echolocation skills.
I wonder if that really works.
It
Well,
does. It
it
does.
does.
It
We do
does.
have a person that he had to actually fought hard to get his position, and he is an O&M instructor, completely blind, and they didn't want to let him do this, but he uses echolocation and a clicker in his hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, again, if you got that, hearing ability, of course, it works real good. I mean, for anybody that watched the movie Ray, in the movie, you notice Ray never walked with a cane.
That's
He
true. You're
used
right. You're
he
right.
used echolocation. I mean, he literally made in the movie the statement that he wore shoes with hard leather soles, so they made sounds when he walked.
Okay.
And then that way he could hear, the like say the edge of the sidewalk when you get into the grass or whatever. He could hear that. I mean, so
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
by the
got
way, I have to give a shout
diabetes.
out real quick before I forget, guys. I'm gonna give a shout out to the gentleman I was talking. He rest his soul. His name was Burns Taylor, Olivia Chavez, and Frank Lozano. Back in the '80s, '90s, I forgot when they actually did a law. They filed suit against the Democratic Party here in El Paso and the Republican Party, and that case, folks, that lawsuit is why we have audible booths for elections. Those three people started that process.
Mm.
Came
so
from
you
El
mean
Paso.
accessible voting machines?
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something, but yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Brett, we got any comments down there? I guess not.
No.
Let me check for a quick second.
So I guess we can transition to the next article, Mr. Davis.
Yeah. Well, let him see if we got any comments before we move on to the next one.
Yeah, Monica said good morning,
Miss Jerry from El Paso's watching. Hello, ma'am. How you doing?
and life coach D said thank you and appreciate you,
Well, we
and he says
appreciate you
good
for coming
morning
in.
also. And we have another comment. Give me a second.
You got Aaron Richmond in there somewhere.
Jerry Halbert said, "Good morning, everybody.
All right. Good morning, Jerry.
El
Share
Paso.
tomorrow,
Good
Region
morning.
19.
All right.
Childhood intervention. They were talking about. He wants that comment. I will put it on screen for those that do have some vision. So for those that want to watch that, but if you're on YouTube or Facebook, that comment should be
Oh, that's right.
down
I
there.
forgot about that. Yeah. You put the comment. That's pretty neat.
Mhm. So that's the comments we have. Oh,
Well,
okay. It says he also said, remember to join Governor Jerry. Let me see. Oh, Greg Abbott's personal persons with disability newsletter.
Mm.
I didn't know.
Greg Abbott is the governor down here in Dallas, Texas. Well, he's
yeah.
Texas, period.
No
Right.
comment. But anyways,
Yeah, no comment with me either, George.
Hmm.
Thank you.
yeah.
And then
So,
Brandon Ortman said, "Hey everyone."
all right. Well, thank you all the new folks coming in, commenting. We really appreciate you. Let your voices be heard. That's what we want. We want feedback from you guys. So thank you,
Hmm.
thank you, thank you very much. So, well, we're going to move on to this next article. So everybody knows, this time of the year, whatever, we get a lot of different calls about Medicare. Everybody wants you to switch your Medicare programs and all this kind of stuff. So we thought it would be wise to maybe give you guys a little insight about what all of that stuff means. So let's drop that one on, Pedro.
Navigating Medicare can feel overwhelming, but understanding its structure and enrollment process ensures you get the healthcare coverage you need. Here's a breakdown to guide you. Medicare's 4 key parts. Part A, hospital insurance covers inpatient stays, skilled nursing, and hospice care. Part B, medical insurance includes doctor visits, outpatient care, and preventive services. Part C, Medicare Advantage offers additional benefits like vision and dental through private insurers. Part D, prescription drugs covers medication costs. Who is eligible? Individuals aged 65 or older. Those under 65 with qualifying disabilities or specific conditions like ESRD or ALS. Enrollment periods. Initial enrollment period, IEP 7 months around your 65th birthday. General enrollment period, GP January 1st to March 31st each year for late enrollees. Special enrollment period, SEP triggered by life events like losing employer coverage. Costs and coverage. Part A, often premium-free for those who paid Medicare taxes. Part B, monthly premiums based on income. Part C and D, costs vary by provider and plan. Additional considerations. If working past 65, consult your employer to coordinate coverage. Medigap plans can help cover deductibles and copays. Understanding Medicare ensures you can make informed decisions about your healthcare. Explore your options early to avoid penalties and secure comprehensive coverage. Share your thoughts in the comments. Now, back to the coffee time crew.
So, again, Medicare is a big thing. A lot of folks might have, insurance from their employer, if they became disabled while they were employed, whatever the case may be. A lot of times, you stay on that insurance until you reach your retirement age or whatever. But even within that, if you do not pay your Medicare premium within that process, you won't get Medicare on time when you need it, when your other company insurance runs out. So you need to definitely make sure that you are paying your Medicare premium, just to ensure that when your Kaiser from your job or whatever the case may be runs out, you can, seamlessly slide right on into the Medicare program. But also, like when you heard them talking about the if you're working, as a disabled or, even into, becoming a senior. With that, you can also get your Part B paid by the state that you live in. So you're going to get, that would be through Medicaid in most states. Here in California, we call it Medi-Cal. But you become what they call part of the working 250. Stuff like that. So with that, I mean, it's a loophole, right? But it helps you get that paid for. As far as paying your Part B prescription plan. So rather that come out of your pocket, the state will pay that for you. As well as, maybe you need help around the house. Maybe it's some stuff that you just can't necessarily do and you need home care. That Medicaid, Medi-Cal addition will allow you to obtain those services. So, and then don't fall for the phone calls. If you're happy with your Medicare provider right now, you don't have to do nothing. It'll just keep rolling over and rolling over, rolling over. Now, you got to be careful because a lot of these computer AI generated call centers, whatever, they kind of trick you into saying yes, and then they'll use that yes as your authorization to change the program, to change your plan. So you got to be really, really careful when you're getting these phone calls and stuff. So
Yeah, because they'll say like, they'll call and say, "Hi, is this George Zavala?" I go, "Yes," and boom, there they go. They go running with that. So yeah, right,
yeah,
you're right.
they got your yes, and now they just, next thing you know, you're getting a letter saying, okay, well, you've been unenrolled from this and you've been enrolled in that,
Well, Ed,
So,
Pedro, George, Brittany, I'm going to share a story that happened to me. I actually called one of the numbers that were on the television, an 800 number, and, just trying to inquire about what I might have, what I might need for the next year. I knew I had to have some eye surgeries, things of that sort, and I told them what I had. My plan, they said, was great, but then I received a letter saying that I was disenrolled. They changed me anyway,
Oh
but they
wow.
told me the plan I had was okay. And so I went through all kind of loopholes trying to just get back into the plan I was in to start over. But they
Yep.
did that, and it was a number that was on TV that was actually on Sherry Shepherd's show. It was, and then I seen that same commercial with that same number, and they disenrolled me. And I come to find out that they were getting paid to, enroll people. But they say that they were agents that, will let you know any type of information you needed, whether it be WellCare, Humana, or Aetna, or, whatever you were in. But they
Mm-hmm.
disenrolled me, and I went through all kind of loopholes trying, and I got a letter from Social Security Disability saying that my income had went down based
Yeah.
on the fact that they had disenrolled me, and I didn't say anything about doing that.
Oh
So you have
wow.
to be careful. Be careful out there, everybody. Make sure
Yeah.
that you're aware of everything that's available to you. Because even though you think you're calling something legitimate that's out there, it doesn't necessarily, these agents, some of them are getting paid based on who they enroll. And you have to be real careful to not harm yourself more than thinking you're helping yourself.
Sure.
And remember, the healthcare industry is a multi-billion
Billion.
dollar. Okay, so for them to invest, $100,000 $1 million into an ad campaign is nothing when on the other end there's potentially billions of dollars on the line.
Sure. You're right.
But everybody really, 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 really needs to be careful on that kind of stuff. I mean, again, you heard him talking about like your Part B could go according to, your wages, your income, right? So with that, you could end up where have what they did this to me last year. I don't know if you guys remember. They switched my stuff around after COVID, whatever. They didn't do their due diligence to make sure I fell into the right program. But bottom line, now I ended up with a share cost.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
and now I was paying $1,400 a month. You know, I mean, they literally expected me to live on $600 a month.
That's
Wow.
awful. That's
After my
awful.
medical, so I mean that was a big headache. I had to go to all kind of different hearings and all that kind of stuff, but I finally got it all straightened out. But I learned a lot about Medicare, Medi-Cal in that process, so again,
Universal health care.
yeah, I mean you got to do your due diligence, man.
You
You got to do
do.
your research. Make sure that the people you're dealing with are legit and stuff like that. I mean, so
And also, um, the number one cost of bankruptcy is medical debt. You can
yeah,
lose your whole life, your home, your savings, everything.
Well, just like for example, last year when me and my wife were in a small car accident, the hospital just to use okay, not for diagnostics, but for use of a particular X-ray machine. I'm probably using the wrong terminology, but $2,000, folks, $2,000 just to use it. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. You know,
right.
That's awful. I
Yeah,
mean, I
we.
wish I did. Oh,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Pedro. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Carol. Sorry.
No, I was just saying I wish I did qualify for Medicaid down here. I worked for 32 years and I put in money, but just based on my income now, I'd love to get some food stamps or have somebody come in and help me sort out clothes, but I don't qualify for services like that. So you just have to be, real diligent about what's
just,
out there.
just tell them you're from Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Hopefully, I don't get caught up for this, but here's a loophole. It's called the working 250. Okay,
Gotcha.
meaning that you're working, right? You're disabled, but you're working.
Right.
Okay, and it could be as simple as you call Medicaid, you tell them that you're self-employed. When they ask you what you do, you tell them I recycle.
Gotcha.
and that qualifies you for the working 250, which gives you your Medicaid.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay.
So I mean, again, there's loopholes,
And I do recycle.
and the reason I went ahead and said it because again, I went through all of this, this stuff when I was dealing with mine, right? And
Right.
these these Medicaid workers, they're supposed to tell you this stuff.
They don't.
They're supposed to tell you this stuff. So,
You know what? I
you
want
know,
to. Can I? If I do that as a self-employed, can I say I'm a manure producer?
Hmm.
Well, you did say you can't drink coffee
okay,
from Star.
where are you selling your manure at?
No, I produce the manure. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But you got to be again. You're working,
Oh, that's right. I have to sell
recycling.
it. Forgot
Right,
about that part.
recycling. You get recycling. What? It could be as simple as your own cans and bottles.
True.
But you're
Hmm.
making an income, and if they ask you what's your income, okay, I make an extra 20, 30
Yeah.
bucks a week, whatever the case may be.
Hmm. Hmm. But
You know,
it's sad. It's sad how
It's sad.
workers won't tell us these loopholes, but a billionaire walks in there. Hey, here's look, this is loophole. This is other loophole. There's this other loophole. Hey, which one you
Mm,
want? But when we go in there, I don't know. I don't know. You just need to continue filing your papers, continue looking for your program, and continue.
right,
And
right, right.
it's not only in the medical industry. I'm just saying overall in general. You always hear the billionaire class using, even the millionaire class using all these loopholes. So I
Well,
don't believe
look at during COVID when they were putting out that business assistant thing that they did.
the PP loans, the
Well, yeah,
PPP loans.
those PPP loans or whatever they were.
Mm-hmm.
They informed the banks long before they implemented the program, right? And the banks, he'll show you how shady some folks can be. The banks reached out to their business clients, explained the whole process to them, had their applications already filled out, ready to go, to where the minute that plan was approved, they dumped those applications into the system. And that's how you ended up with big mega $1 million organizations, umbrella companies, that were getting millions of dollars on those PPP things, right? That they didn't really need it, but they took advantage of it because why? Like you say, the millionaire class, they shared that information with each other long before the small business owner had an opportunity to put in an application. It's
like I've
sad.
shared before, corporate greed is the American dream. We're living in a nightmare, and it's hard to wake up.
It really is. So, on that note, I noticed Britt's back. We got any comments, Britt, before we move on to the next one? For whatever reason, I guess you can't get unmuted. I'm sorry.
It's the Russians.
Okay, well, it says she's unmuted, so I don't know why we're having an issue over there. But all right, well, we're going to get into this next one. Let me see here. Yeah, we're going to jump into this next one. This is some technology that I did not know was available. But man, check this one out. I lost Pedro too.
For individuals who are blind or visually impaired, BVI, and have mobility challenges, using both a mobility cane and a walker can be difficult. However, smart walkers are emerging as innovative solutions to enhance safety and independence. Challenges of traditional mobility devices. Managing a cane and walker simultaneously can be physically demanding and inefficient. Limited cane use increases the risk of missing obstacles, leading to accidents. The promise of smart walkers. Researchers have developed advanced walkers that integrate navigation and obstacle detection, eliminating the need for a separate cane. Key features of smart walkers. Obstacle detection. Sensors identify hazards and provide haptic or auditory alerts. Navigation assistance. GPS and mapping technologies guide users to destinations. User-friendly design, intuitive feedback mechanisms ensure ease of use without overwhelming the user. Research and development. Studies, like those at the University of Freiburg, show how smart walkers can enhance mobility by combining local obstacle avoidance with global navigation support through vibrotactile feedback. Considerations for use. Proper training ensures users can maximize the device's features. Customization tailors the walker to individual needs and challenges. Accessibility and affordability are crucial for widespread adoption. Smart walkers are a game changer for the BVI community, offering enhanced mobility and independence. With continued innovation, these devices can bridge the gap between safety and functionality. Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Now, back to the coffee time crew.
So this one came up. George was talking about he had a couple of customers, clients that are in walkers, and they were interested in knowing how they could use their walker and their mobility cane. So we just jumped in there and did a little research last night and found out that these things are out there, man. I think this is absolutely great. I mean, uh, we know a few folks within our circle that are blind and using walkers. And, I've never, I mean, I've always thought about it, how hard it is for them. I know generally, when we're at functions and stuff like that, they got somebody help guide them to where they're trying to be and stuff like that. But this just brings their level of independence up another level, man.
It was the technology, Mr. Davis. That's what the who would thought, right? A smart walker, and the thing is, was every day with technology. I'm just glad to see. Imagine 5 years from now, heck, imagine next year, when it comes to the technology. But now, was that? I wonder, with a smart walker, would that incorporate AI, or is it just? I just wonder if it's just the sensors. Either way is great. I'm not complaining. That's for darn sure.
Right.
Well, by calling it a smart walker, it integrates technology, not necessarily artificial intelligence. Otherwise, it would have said powered by artificial intelligence.
Okay.
It just has the components, like, let's say, a LiDAR sensor or whatever the sensors may be, a sonar type of sensor. But these type of sensors can actually detect obstacles and how far, and I don't know how they will provide feedback. Man, I would like to check one out.
So Pedro, let me do this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 people on this show right now. I'm just gonna do a quick game. Each one name a smart device. Pedro.
Alexa, the easiest one.
Miss Carol.
Meta glasses.
Miss Britt. Oh, I don't think she's. Mr. Davis.
Well, I mean, your phone.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Me and my wife were doing that, and I said my watch. So ever since it's becoming, or a smart TV. That's the one my wife said, a smart TV. But
yeah, smart TV.
So I'm glad you said that, Pedro. So just that my impression. I'm glad you. If it says smart, that just basically means it has technology. Whereas if it's something that has AI, that's two different conversations, right?
Yes, two different conversations, because you could have a smart TV, right? And let's say, for example, the Fire TV, right? The newer ones they have comes with a Alexa enabled, but you could tell it to change it to channel 7.1, 5.1, whatever it is, and it would change it. But that's the smartness of it, because you could speak into it and it could change it and do it itself. But it's not an artificial intelligence. Like, you could tell it, hey, move my Max application to my home bar and put it right next, let it be the first one on the row. You're not able to do that. It's still not there. An artificial intelligence, to put it in a smart device like a TV, you're gonna need processors, and you're gonna need other technologies that need to be in the TV for it to run this AI.
Right. So, in last night, you remember, George, I was talking about this when we pulled up this research on this, right? Imagine that smart walker like a Glide. Okay, Glide uses AI, right?
Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So Glide, when you're making your path, right, it actually plots a route for you and then steers you around the obstacles in that path, right? Where the smart walker at this point is only detecting the obstacles, and then you have to navigate yourself around it.
That
Yeah,
But
that's gonna be a man. I tell you what.
somewhat like that. Yeah, it is
Mm.
somewhat right. Yeah, because the way he could probably explain it is that without the AI on the glide, you have a smart cane, right? In a smart
Okay.
cane,
exactly,
what is that smart cane like the WeWalk? It has
yeah,
those things, but you still have to maneuver around and things like that. But
right,
adding the AI knows, okay, there's this obstacle. Let me move to the left so the person I'm guiding won't bump into this into this obstacle.
right,
Okay.
Yeah.
exactly.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
So, well, on that note,
everybody enjoyed that conversation. That was a good one.
That was. It really was.
well, again, we're trying to find new stuff, just trying to be informative, trying to help folks out wherever we feel, folks could use some help, use some information, so they can make informed decisions, without listening to some salesperson say, oh, well, we got the best plan for you, whoop, 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 but then you get it and find out it's trash, right? So even with these smart devices and stuff like that, we're trying to make sure that you got the information you need so you can make, again, educated decisions about what you're doing. So on that note, we've come to the end of this day, and we really appreciate everybody, Monica, Aaron, all the new folks that have dropped in and dropped comments with us.
John Eden's
Man,
watching too, by the way. Another new watcher.
okay, okay. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. We really appreciate you. And hey, it's the end of this day, so everybody enjoy their Thirsty Thursday. And we'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow, Friday. So everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you on the next one.
Yeah, it's we're off now.
Yeah, but what happened to Ed?
He's trying to probably turn us off.
Here, I unmuted you, Ed. You were muted.